Iran bombed the Saudi oil fields and everybody freaked out for the entire week. And then they were like, oh my God, we're going to war and gas prices are going up and blah, 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 blah. And this is why I like doing this is what happened this week. Because on Monday, there's total media hysteria. Everybody's freaking out. And you know what? Here it is, Saturday. Beautiful, sunny Saturday afternoon. It's about 88 degrees here in Southern California. The world didn't end. Gas prices didn't go up. We didn't attack Iran. Trump said exactly what most of us thought he would say. Hey, fucking Iran, it's fucking Saudi Arabia's problem. Let them deal with it. If they need us to help them out, we'll be there because they're our ally. But for the most part, they were the ones that got bombed. Let them deal with it. Some idiot guy trying to make a bunch of money, blaming Kavanaugh for more sexual harassment. Oh, the New York Times. How are you guys still in business? They report on this guy who's like, oh, sources say Kavanaugh whipped out his wiener at a college party, and then some girl put her hand out, and then some other guy pushed Kavanaugh's butt to make Kavanaugh's wiener go into this girl's hand. And then this girl, they finally found her, and she was like, yeah, I wasn't at that party. I have no idea what the hell you're talking about. So, of course, the Dems jumped all over it. Oh, shocking, breaking news. Kavanaugh put his wiener in some girl's hand at a party when he was in college because one of his friends pushed his butt when he had his wiener out into some girl's hand. Like, really? That's the level of Trump derangement syndrome that we are dealing with today, folks. This is the level that it's come down to. A guy says that somebody pushed was it the Kavanaugh thing like 2 years ago? Aren't we past this? Freaking Froggy McGee, she went away. Finally everybody realized that dumb bitch was fucking crazy. And then now we're like, oh, well, here, let's jump on this new one. Jeez Louise, you guys can't. Why? And then they have these impeachment trials this week, and Lewandowski just absolutely destroyed every single member of Congress. Oh, I watched all 5 hours. I was so freaking hammered, drunk by the time I got to the end of it. I'm like, oh, holy shit, 5 straight hours of me laughing hysterically. I must have went through an entire 18-pack watching that debacle. And here's the thing, like, Trump only has 1 year left in office if the Democrats can get a nominee. But they don't have a nominee, so like, we need to start impeachment because they've already seeded the next election. Dems already know they're gonna lose in 2020. So they're like, well, we already know, like, there's not one 330 million people in America. Half of them are Democrats, so that's 150 million. Okay, well, half of them, let's say 2/3 of them are under 35. So you're not eligible to be president. Let's say half of them have something in their past where they dressed up in brown face or black face, like Justin Trudeau. Justin Trudeau, it comes out like 1 month before their elections. Oh, he dressed up in brown face and black face when he was in college like 20 years ago. And they're going to hold that against the poor guy. I don't like the guy. I think he's a pretty boy. I think he's a cuck boy, just like Fredo Cuckmo. But you know what? That's no reason to make him apologize. The person you are today is not the person you are 20 years ago. Jesus Christ. If the only fucking bad thing this guy has ever done in his entire life was to dress up like Aladdin and paint his face brown, oh, for heaven's sakes. People Do you not have anything better to do with your lives? Back to the impeachment hearings. These Democrat idiots, they know Trump's going to win because they don't like Tulsi, and Tulsi's the only one that can beat him. But everybody's like, oh, well, Elizabeth Warren with her big-ass ears and absolutely no stance on anything is polling better than Trump. Yeah, how'd that work for Hillary? Hillary was supposed to beat Trump by like 30-something points. And Trump beat her by like 30 points. So let me come in close. Let me tell you guys a little secret. Your Democratic polling fucking sucks. Oh, what the fuck, Ed Buck? Damn it. Speaking of Democrats, this motherfucking asshole Ed Buck in Southern California, who's a member of the LGBTQ and AARP community, who's a huge donor to the Democrats, who was a huge donor to the district attorney of Los Angeles, where he lives, was not indicted for the first 2 times that black male prostitutes overdosed on methamphetamine in his apartment. All right, so for those of you who don't follow California news, I'm going to repeat this a little bit slower so that because there's a lot of information there. So there's one time this black male prostitute ODs in Ed Buck's apartment, and the cops show up and they're like, dude, this guy's like dead. And Ed Buck's like, I wasn't even there. And like all the evidence showed that he was there, and he's like, nope, I wasn't there. District attorney said, no, it's obviously it was an accident, let's just move on. So then like a year later, exact same thing happens. Well, not to the same guy because he's dead, but to a different guy. And then everything comes out of the woodwork, like he's operating like a meth injecting den out of this apartment, and he gets off on. Now all these witnesses are coming out of the woodwork. They're like, yeah, he injected me with meth, and then I passed out, and he raped me, and then I went to the police, but they were like, well, there's nothing really we can do because you went there, and we can't prove if it was consensual or not. So then the second guy overdoses and dies, because that was Ed Buck's thing, is he would inject these guys to where they would pass out, and then he would rape them. Even though he paid them to be there and they knew that they were there for sex, that's not what he wanted. He didn't want consensual sex. He wanted to rape these guys, even though they were already there consensually. So he could have just had a lot of fun with it. Like, dude, here, tickle my balls, do something, I don't know. But he just liked guys to be completely submissive so he could rape them. So the second guy dies. The district attorney says, nope, we can't file charges. Why? Because Ed Buck donated to the district attorney. Huge donor to the district attorney. So now the family of the second guy who died wanted to file lawsuits, and the district attorney turned them down. Nope, can't file a lawsuit. It was all consensual. All these homeless people start coming out of the woodwork because word starts getting around the community. They call him the Kevorkian in that community, because Kevorkian used to do the same thing. He used to like to take boys and shoot them with drugs until they passed out, and then he would rape them. So that's why he was known as that. But, these guys are homeless and penniless, and they're addicted to drugs. So, you pretty much do anything at that point. So now this third guy ends up dead, and now all this stuff is coming back up again. They're like, if he wasn't a gay, white, LGBTQ AARP huge donor to the Democratic Party, this motherfucker would have been locked up. Let them find one dead black guy overdosed in my house, and I am a white guy. Well, we'll get into that more later, because I got my 23andMe results back, and I ain't as white as y'all think, motherfuckers. Don't judge a book by its cover. So anyway, that's going to be a separate video. We're going to get into that. My family has some dark secrets. I'm talking dark. Well, it explains a lot about how I act and react. And I'm sure all of my friends, they're like, yeah, that makes perfect sense. So anyway, back to this Ed Buck guy. So he's going to go away forever now. Thank goodness. But it took 3 guys dying to get this guy finally arrested because he's LGBTQ. And like Dave Chappelle says, can't mess with the alphabet, folks. And he's like over 55, so he's AARP. Can't fuck with the elderly folks. And he's a white Democratic donor to the fucking DNC. Can't fuck with those folks either. Fucking pitiful. Fucking Dems. Letting white guys kill black people. Ugh.